We're from Jersey, baby, 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 baby. And you're not.
Back your hips up, down, up, down.
We're from Jersey, baby. From Jersey, baby. We're from Jersey, baby. We're from Jersey, baby. Baby, 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 and you're not.
His thumb is in my butthole and he's pounding on my coochie while strumming on my little bean. I love the drive-in movies. This truck is where he rails my shit and never fails to make me squirt. We love to fuck beneath the stars. I love to grip on his deep girth. And when he's got me bending over, taking back shots of that dick, and takes his thumb and sugs it wet and plugs my bubble butt with it, I come so fucking hard, soak his seats like a jacuzzi. My pussy grips so tight, he's stuck and has to come into me. We're busting nuts inside this truck. Thank God we got the windows up. That's just what goes on down in the South at drive-in movies.
What do you get if you cross Arnold Schwarzenegger with Michael Jackson? Michael Wazenegger.
Save my cat! It's stuck in a tree!
Of course, ma'am. You didn't tell me it was black.
You have any specials?
Give me 1 minute. I think someone is here to see you.
All right, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the presidential image that you're used to. I look funny, but you ain't making money, see? So your world, I hope you're ready for me. Now gather round, I'm the old guy in town, and my sound's laid down by the voting bound. I drink up all the Diet Coke you've got on your shelf, so just let me introduce myself. My name is Trumpy, pronounced with the umpy. Yo, ladies, please don't try to refuse me. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to bump me. I'm stepping tall, y'all, and just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna fall when the stereos pump me. I like my rhymes, I like my beats spunky, I'm spunky. I like my oatmeal lumpy, I'm sick with this. Straight gangster Mac. But sometimes I get ridiculous. I eat up all your crackers and your licorice. Hey, yo, Kamala, come here, you ticklish? Yeah, I thought you are. Look at me, I'm flimsy. It never stopped me from getting busy, I'm a freak. I like the mic with the boom. I once did a 2 in a Burger King bathroom. I'm crazy. Allow me to amaze thee. They say I'm ugly, but it just don't faze me. I'm still putting on my own pants, and I even got my own dance.
So Trumpy dance is your chance to the Trump.
Canada has the greatest fence ever built. America. It is foolproof if you can afford it. Really easy to be the cool, open-minded hippie country when there's a Kevlar snuggie of America draped around your fat, frozen asses, daring the world to talk shit. We don't use our military. We know. We got you taken care of. Go back to bed. We'll wake you when the NHL playoffs start.
All right, you guys, podcast time. We got the equipment and the perfect business plan. Give our show away for free and tell no one how to find it. I'm going to start a podcast that has no focus, and it'll take up an inordinate amount of time.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Boomer Bunker, the 334th edition of the Boomer Bunker. Can you believe it? I can't.
Look at us. Wow.
I am one of your hosts, John Domingo, and fresh back from a Virginia road trip. Well, not so fresh. It's been a couple of days now. It's the lovely and talented co-host, the Duchess.
Good evening. How are you?
And quietly lurking in the background, the Duke of Drops, we got producer Mike.
Whoa, who's the hot chick?
There you go.
Well, before we start everything off, I just want to say you can get the links to all of our social media, Discord, and leave us a voicemail at boomerbunker.com. Or you can call us at 856-477-1935. And if you would like your own Boomer Bunker mug or tumbler, such as this lovely thing, which makes coffee taste even better, go to horribledesigns.com and just search Boomer Bunker, and you'll find everything your heart desires there.
Righty. Sounds good. Hey,
there you go. Just jump in with that. Just boop.
Yes.
And we don't make a dime on anything. None of this merch.
No, it's
that he
all
sells, it's all
we have. Jason does the work for us from Horrible Designs, and he said, "How much you want to make on these?" And I said, "Nothing. Just make them as cheap as possible.
Yep.
Inexpensive, not cheap. They're not cheap. They're quality.
Great quality.
They're inexpensive.
Good pricing.
There's a difference.
You pay for quality. So.
Yes, you do.
You do.
All right, so I gotta address the elephant that's in the room, which is me.
No,
I had to take Monday off because
people are concerned.
Yeah, I have a situation. I'm still battling it, just so you know. Every once in a while, from the elevator business, back when I was 30, I got a puncture wound that I didn't pay attention to, and I got cellulitis in my right leg. And every once in a while, it rears its ugly head, and every time it gets a little harder to cure. And they say if they can't cure it, they got to cut your leg off. So I'll be hoppity Jamingo. Little Jamingo's doing okay. That's
Cody
not
wants
infected.
To know. They were all very concerned you would have to have Lil John removed.
Yeah, that's the first thing they wanted to do.
And if you were
think I'll cut his dick off? Jesus, it's terrible.
That's a slow, steady slice there.
Yeah, there's nothing like going and sitting in a waiting room of an emergency room for 8 hours.
After a holiday weekend, no less.
Yeah, oh my God. But when they, it's funny. It's not funny, but ironic. So they take you back there and you're like, why does it take so long? Well, what you don't notice is in the emergency room I go to, in the back is where the ambulance comes in. And they're steady coming in with people that you don't see. You're like, why is this taking so long? Well, they're bringing people in the ambulance and they get they get to cut the line. So anyhow.
Well, yeah, that whole bleeding out thing. You're like, he can sit a little longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough.
And then you have people that are trying to help you, and you tell them what's going on, and they're like, "Oh, that's not good. You better go back." And so then I made another trip Tuesday night and was there until 5 o'clock in the morning Wednesday morning. Was that right? Yeah. Wednesday morning because I slept all day yesterday.
That's right. Yep.
Slept all day yesterday, and now here we are.
Yes.
All the nurses are taking selfies about what to order from Wawa. The people were so nice. The nurses, the doctors, everybody at the hospital, super, super nice. The wait's horrific. But besides that.
Hospitals are understaffed, terribly understaffed.
Guess that you electric tape wrapped around it back in the day. Yeah, exactly what happened. So I was in the elevator machine room, and then there was a piece of not rebar, but like that fencing they use for concrete. And I punctured. I punctured my leg with it. And I went, damn it. So I did exactly what he said. I grabbed a rag and I wrapped it, tied it around there so it stopped bleeding. And I just continued to work.
That's why tetanus shots are important and medical treatment is important. You had benefits.
I understand that, but it's just a puncture wound. It was like, it stopped bleeding. It was no big deal.
Going to bother me 30 years later.
So I didn't even think about it. It's just, I keep working. And then I was working at the University of Penn Hospital, and I'm laying on the floor working on this thing, and the doctor comes by and goes, "What is going on with your life? Is that sunburn?" I said, "No." I said, I don't know. And he looks at it. He looks and he goes, "Come with me." I go, "What?" He goes,
"Just
come with me."
Off the floor. Let's go.
He says, "Let's go." He walked me right in the emergency room. He says he's got cellulitis and it's acute. He has acute cellulitis. He needs to be immediately put on IV antibiotics.
Yeah, that's not good.
And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he says, "This is really dangerous. You could lose your leg over this." And I'm like, "Oh, exactly." So,
oh yeah, let's fix it.
That's when it started. That's when it started. Back, I guess I was like 33, somewhere around that. My doctor says I'm acute.
Giggle.
Okay, so Monday,
right? Mm-hmm.
When I'm in there, I get this doctor comes out to me. Again, everybody in there looks like they're kids. I'm like, really?
I noticed that. I was like, I'm like, how are they so young? Cops?
Yeah.
I'm like, does your mother know you have a gun? Like, I know your mother.
My doctor came out to me. She could have been a model. She was gorgeous. I mean, 9.5 to a 10. Ice blue eyes. And she's like, so, Mr.
John
Domingo.
will do now anything she says.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I'm mesmerized.
whatever you say, you say.
Yes, ma'am.
I get half. Yeah, I get half off of shoes. No, they still charge you. Trust me.
Yeah, bunch of
can't return a shoe. And then my nurse, when I went back the second time, she comes up and, she had to give me an IV and, put that on. And then she had the Eagle shirt on. She goes, okay, well, I'll be right back. And I said, okay, go Birds. And after I told her go Birds, that
She
was
never
it.
came back.
We were fast friends. No, we were fast friends.
I
She
know.
took care of me. She goes, do you need some water?
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
But so that's what's going on. So I'm here today. I go back to the doctor's tomorrow, and we'll see what happens.
Good.
So stay
so
tuned.
Now you're paying attention to it.
Oh, I was
acute attention.
When this happened Monday, I noticed it, and I said, "Uh-oh, I got to go see it."
Good. Yeah.
I said, "I got to go to the emergency room right away," and that's what I did. I mean, I was at the emergency room at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 12 o'clock, and I didn't get out of there till
it was
somewhere
late.
around
We
10.
were doing voice chat.
Yeah.
And you were popping in and out.
I was still in the emergency room, and we're doing Discord voice chats. And I'm in the waiting room in the emergency department. So,
all right. So we have some comments here.
Okay.
Jody says a hospital is just a really shitty, really expensive hotel. Yes, but you got to go. And Sparky wants to know, how do you know if it's acting up?
It gets like it swells up and it's sore and it gets hot. It's like, you can tell it's an infection.
All right.
And that's how you know.
Skin,
and it was a little tiny thing. I got pictures of it. I'd show it to you, but it's not the nicest stuff. I don't have the prettiest legs in the world. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
All right. Let's see here. So Cody, because he's young and dumb, like you wearing your 30s, said, I don't go to the doctor unless I think I'm going to die. That does you have benefits. Use your fucking benefits. Prevent bad things
Cody,
happening.
here's the thing. I did the same thing, and then that's why I can't walk, and you cripple yourself because your first $1 million. You know something? Some old guy, when I was probably your age, sat down there and said to me, "This is what he said to me." He says, "Listen, your health is your first $1 million. Take care of yourself because this business will chew you up and spit you out." Yes. And I'm like, yeah. Because I'm running down steps. I would. This was my favorite thing to do. If you're running down steps, you'd run down about halfway down. You'd grab the handrail, the handrail, and you would jump, and then you'd hit, and it would swing you around, and you'd take 2 steps, jump, and that's how I would get down the steps real fast.
Right. Wow.
Dummy out, and then no. If you took a step one at a time, you were a pussy in the elevator. You took 2 steps. It was called the Otis 2-step. You had to take you went up 2 steps. Because you took 1 step. You're a pussy.
Or short, but yeah.
All right, Jamingo says, since the cost of healthcare is rising, and you pair
you are a poor. Just
it says pair. Okay, you are a poor.
Mm-hmm.
I can perform your amputation. My axe is sharpened. No need to thank me. Well, Tom, I have a response. Mike?
Gotta load it back up. Sorry.
Oh, what a buzzkill.
All right, so Jody says it gets
okay, ask
angry.
me again.
All right.
I got a response for you, Tom. Ready? I'm Tom, Chief of Misinformation. There we go.
All right, Jody says it gets angry. Misanthrope Radio. Hey, how are you?
Swollen, hot, and tiny story of my life. That used to be the Vietnamese hooker that I used to hang out with. What? Anyhow.
Which one was her name? Swollen, hot, or tiny?
Tiny.
Okay. All right.
Yes. All righty. So let's talk about Bucky's because I'm all over this. I want to go. I might drive if I still have a leg. I might take a road trip. How long did it take you to get to the Bucky's in Virginia?
Oh, it was a haul. It was probably like 5 hours, maybe.
I could do that in a day.
Yeah.
A 5-hour trip? That's no problem.
Well, you have to make that round trip. So that's 10 hours of sitting in your car with your angry driving foot. So I guess you'll have to see.
I can do that.
Okay.
That I can do.
Yeah. So as some people may know, my eldest daughter moved to Virginia, west of Richmond. So the drive down there is notoriously a pain in the ass because normally we take 95 and then we get hung up. Pretty much once we get out of Pennsylvania, you hit Delaware. It's always problems there. Baltimore, outside D.C., it doesn't matter what time of day. We always seem to get stuck. And then on 95 through Virginia, there's always accidents. It's a hot mess. So I saw another route where we could go out west through Pennsylvania, like Harrisburg, and then cut down 81, which takes us, it actually cut us in a bit through West Virginia. So it was more driving time, but it was productive driving instead of like a lot of stop and go driving. So I was, and the time seemed to go a little faster because you could do 75 miles an hour and not just stop and go.
Of that.
Yeah. So it was a beautiful drive. And again, as we cut through Pennsylvania, you kind of loop a little bit into Maryland, maybe a half hour's worth of West Virginia, just that little panhandle. Super cute, really pretty. And then just straight through Virginia. Gorgeous.
Bring it home.
Land home. I'm working on it. Oh my God. I'm trying to, and now you're interrupting me, and now I don't want to finish my story. So.
See, that wasn't me. That was Mike. I didn't do that.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll.
Oh, you thought I said that? You thought?
Yes, I actually thought that came out of your big dumb mouth.
No, I'm listening.
All right, so we left the house late. We got to Bucky's at like 9:30 at night. We hadn't eaten dinner, so we decided we're going to go in for dinner. It's like a beacon. We're driving through the dark. I didn't see any signs. Yeah, that was their opening day. And there were way more cars when we were there. So we drive down. I've not seen any signage, and usually you see billboards. Bucky's 400 miles, Bucky's 200 miles, whatever. So as we come up over the hill a little bit, you just see this big beaver head in the sky. It's glowing beaver.
The glowing beaver.
Glowing beaver in the sky.
Nice
it's
beaver.
A beacon. Yeah, it was. We were very happy to see that beaver. So we zipped around, pulled in, total darkness. Well, nighttime.
It's usually when the most darkness happens is at the nighttime.
I know. It's just
very hard to find darkness during the day when the sun comes out. Very, very hard to find day darkness. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. Okay. May I continue?
Sure.
Thank you. So they feature 120 gas pumps. Just spread out. Yeah, it was insane. And then the Bucky's is the size of probably a decent sized Walmart, maybe. So we walk up, cars everywhere. We walk up and you go inside and it's like instant. It's light, it's noise, it's smell, it's chaos. Like you walk in and if you have any sensory overload, you just kind of shut down a little bit.
It's 2 lanes in and 2 lanes out. This is how, I'm looking.
There's other turns.
If you're listening to this, we have a aerial view of the Bucky's that she went to.
Yeah.
And that's all the gas pumps. Look at all the 120 gas pumps right there.
Stretched out like in a row. It was,
it does look like a wall.
It does. And when you pan around, this still had parking. So we went in, got food at a very reasonable price. I was kind of shocked, actually, at how inexpensive it was. We got pulled pork. We got a brisket.
How was the brisket?
The pulled pork was better. The brisket was not bad. It was a little sweet.
Okay.
I was surprised. I didn't think I would like the pulled pork as much. I was shocked, actually. And so we each bought one of the sandwiches and split them. And then we bought a little bucket of Bucky chips, which is essentially kettle chips. And I think a drink and pickles. And we paid like $28.
That's not bad.
No, it's not. I figured anywhere around here, pulled pork sandwich is going to be like $16, $18. So just the fact, their prices were great. So we didn't really go through much because I just wanted to kind of get in, and it was just too. Paul shut down. He was like, I was like, what do you want? He's like, I was like, fine, we'll just get these and we'll go.
Take charge, Duchess.
He was shutting down. He was tired, and I was like,
Paul,
let's just
what do you
get
want?
Some food.
Never mind, I got it. You'll eat this.
I asked him questions, and he was like, I was like, do you want this?
Answer you fast enough.
Well, there was just so many people, and it was loud. It was really loud. And then I guess when they're prepping, it's like they do their like Bucky order up. I don't know, whatever the Bucky
brisket
thing is.
on the bar, brisket on the board, whatever.
Something like that. Yeah, whatever that is. So and people are cheering, but my favorite thing is the bathrooms are just ridiculously clean. So we ate in the car because there's nowhere. They don't want you sitting around. They just
they want you in and out.
No, they want you in and out. And again, everything was clean. It was brand new, but like there was no garbage. Like you figure just with the volume of people that go through there was no garbage. People were just
Did you get the coffee?
Cleaning up. I did not.
Okay. Because I was going to ask you, if you had your weathers, would you do Sheetz, Wawa, or Bucky's? If there was the three and you were going to pick, where would you go?
For coffee? I'd had coffee at a Bucky's before, so I'm going to say Wawa for coffee, and I think Bucky's for food. Sheetz, the last Sheetz I went to down by my daughter was not good. It was like not a great experience. So I was kind of like, oh, because the first time I went to Sheetz, it was like great, and now it's like,
That's weird.
I think it depends on your location, really.
I got to be honest with you. The Wawa, I had Wawa dinner last night because I didn't feel like cooking or making anything, and I was sick and tired of cottage cheese. So I went and got their chicken cutlet sandwich, and
They're not bad.
I wasn't happy with it. Really wasn't.
It's okay. It's not.
Yeah, it's
like,
okay.
It's a patty. Like they just heat it up and then you eat it. It's not like they prepare it. I mean,
they microwave a chicken patty and throw it on a roll.
Well, that's it. You know, I'd be curious. I was going to research how much meat Bucky's must go through. I can't even imagine how many sandwiches.
Yeah, it must be crazy.
It was bonkers. And then we stopped back again on our way home on Sunday, and wow, it was even more. It took us almost a half hour to get into the parking lot because we'd already committed and pulled off, and then we got stuck in traffic. So
there's a traffic jam to get in it.
There was a traffic jam to get. It was just insane. A lot of traffic. So I found I was driving, so I found a way in and a place to park that was not like most people took the same path. So I kind of cut some people off and parked somewhere else.
I went Jersey on them.
I did a little bit. Well, look, I gotta go. I'm not gonna sit here all day. Like, should I turn
hey,
here?
Listen, that's not a cut. Yeah. That's a compliment.
So we went in again, got sandwiches. Had lunch on the road, and bought some gifts. I bought some Christmas gifts, and I bought myself a new hat for hiking, a Bucky hat.
Nice hat. Look at that.
I would have worn it, but it's actually a little too snug, so I got to try to
stretch it
a little bit. Yeah, it's all the hair, so like I put it on and it kind of starts to poof up a bit. So I have to figure out what I'm doing with that. But I did not buy. Sparky wants to know if I bought a Bucky stuffed beaver. I did.
Did you get? No, you didn't get a Bucky stuffed beaver.
I did not get a Bucky beaver. Although I had my photo taken with Bucky beaver. So.
I almost put that in here so I could bring it up, but I wasn't sure. I forgot to ask you, and then I said, "Well, I'm not doing that. I will not make a joke about stretching out the beaver." Okay.
Sparky says I have 80s hair. It's a little foofy. It's not too hairsprayed, but yeah, it's a little much sometimes. But
all right.
They're always hiring, and I will say that it pays very well. The pay rate is really good. I was very surprised. So if you need a job and you're near Bucky's, you may want to apply. You're going to work your ass off. There's no doubt. There's no slack time on that job, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So
hey, listen.
Compliments to Bucky's. Mm-hmm.
I want to get your opinion on this.
Yes.
All right. So you have two daughters. You've raised two daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you think of this lady here.
My 14-year-old is officially pregnant and having a child. Before you guys come for me, she has been in a relationship since she was 12 with the same guy. He is also 14, okay? So I don't want to hear any of the weird stuff, okay?
I'm sorry? What? I don't want to hear weird stuff that my 14-year-old daughter's pregnant, has been in a relationship since he was 12.
With her, yeah, she's been in a relationship since she was 12 with this other kid that was 12. And I don't know when they started banging. But at the age of 14, she just wanted to get pregnant. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, my God.
Great parenting.
So at first, I was a little taken back when she said that her and her boyfriend were trying for a baby because...
All right.
She knew? She should be beaten. First of all, what hillbilly state is she from where that's okay?
Don't know that, but she said the daughter said that she's trying to get pregnant at 14. What would you do if your daughter came in and said she was trying to get pregnant at 14?
Oh, I would beat her. I can't even. I don't. Well, first of all, I'll be selfish. I don't want to be grandma when I have a 14-year-old.
Oh, it's all about you. It's not about her.
It's always all about me, but
Jesus.
Absolutely not.
You are the worst mother-in-law. My God.
How dare you? How dare you? No, there's no way that would have happened. That's despicable. It's the fact that she went along with it is hard.
There's more.
She's 14, and I was like, girl, like, you can't handle a baby at that age. But she knows I really love puppies and I really love kids. And we talked about it and we sat down. She said she thinks she's ready and that she's mature and she's a lot more mature than the kids in her class. That she's been with him for 2 years and that they think that they're ready.
At 14,
my brain is not processing.
You're ready for the rest of your life. This isn't Little House on the Prairie. This isn't the 1850s. You know what? They don't get married at 14. Yeah, this ain't the early 1900s.
Holy shit!
Can you? I guarantee you that these two will not be together by the time they're 18.
No.
Bob says, if it's a salty prince, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
No, it's different. Yeah. That mom just wants to be a GILF, GILF porn before she's 35. Yeah, I guess.
Wait, so how old is this lady? If
I don't know. Let me
she's
see
a 14-year-old daughter. She does not look.
Yeah, she don't look like she's that old either. Maybe she's 35. Maybe. Maybe she had her when she was 21. I don't know. Let's continue.
And I brought up the concern, like, hey, you're in school. How are you supposed to go to school? And she said, well, Mom, you love kids. You can watch my baby during the day. And I sat around thinking, and I got lonely one night, and I realized, low key, that's a great idea. So I gave her the green light. I told her, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. But, like, I'll help you every step of the way. And within 2-3 weeks after telling her that, we just got the positive test today, and I'm about to take her to the doctor so that we can confirm it. But I'm excited. I'm about to be a grandma, you guys.
You're an idiot. Is this a joke? Is this a spoof?
No, it's not a joke. That is not a joke. Is that insane? I would. First of all, I would
be so sad that my.
Where's the
daughter would
father? Where's the father in this? Because that's
Really?
the voice of reason.
Well, she said she sat down and they had a talk. So I'm
Right.
pretty sure there is no dad in this picture. And here the kicker is she's like, you know what? I was lonely.
I
so
was the only
basically
one,
this
right?
woman wants someone to play with.
I
Get a
like
fucking
puppies.
puppy.
I like
Get a
puppies and
dog.
kids. Here, I like puppies and kids. So what the hell? Go ahead. Go.
That's where dad is.
Dad's in jail.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, you know what that is? That's an African ceiling cricket, is what you're talking about. That's an African ceiling cricket. Baby daddy left her 14 years ago, probably.
So whose kid was yelling in the background? Is that another
Probably
kid of
another
mom's?
one. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it was probably hers. The younger ones.
Yeah,
were screaming in the background.
So Jody says this, on one hand, as an almost 40-year-old dad, I say having kids is a young man's game, but 14 is crazy. I agree. It's definitely a lot easier to have them when you're younger if you have some sort of resources, because you're never 100% ready financially or emotionally. But if you're the best you can. At 14, your hormones aren't even...
No.
Clearly, she's getting her period, so because wham, bam.
Yeah.
But holy shit. Okay.
All right.
Cool?
Mom says it's okay. Here we go.
Mom gave me the green light. Man. I don't even know what to say to that. I just can't. Oh, here you go.
Teach them anal before abstinence. Yeah. It's they say, what do they call that?
Hit them.
The sex that God can't see. Anal.
Oh, okay.
The poop hole loophole is what it is.
Ew. Oh my god. The poop hole.
All right.
That's gross.
I know.
That's she's terrible. She's a terrible mother.
I would love to follow that. I would love to follow that story. Yeah. I would love to see what happens.
There you go.
There you go. Mom's on Snap, so will the kids.
No, not for long. Well, I guess the girl's in school, so she qualifies.
Yeah, she qualifies.
She's in education, so she'll be able to collect.
Right.
So will the dad, and mom will be the caretaker, and mom's probably
14 years old.
Mom's probably working part-time at the Dollar General or something, so she'll be able to, take care of
Now, who knows? These kids might be together for 60 years. Who knows that? It's called head. Just suck it out. That's all. That's all you got to do. Good Lord.
Tom says, should we deport this mom and her kids?
Well, she's a citizen, so you can't do that, Tom. But, I mean... I was shocked. And you know what's crazy is social media. If you were going to do something like this, why hop on social media and tell the story? Before you come for me, Bob says EBT equals eating Bob's taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob, you're the only one who pays taxes for that.
Well, no, but I get it, and clearly that's for hits because I can't even imagine what her comments look like. And that's just...
I would send, what's Child Protective Services to her house.
CPS?
Too late now.
For sure.
Too late. She's already pregnant. There's not much you can do about it. But 14, Well, we talked, and I said, you're too young for this. My mother would have rained blows down on my sister. My dad would have thrown her out of the house. My dad would have killed the guy, the boy. He would have grabbed the hold of the boy by the neck and thrown him right through the door. He wouldn't even open it.
He would have thrown your sister out, you think?
Oh yeah. My dad played no games. Serious shit like that. You know why? Because my mom and dad were 19 when they got married. 19. And that didn't last that long. It probably lasted
as long as it was
8 more years than it should have. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I get
Age
that.
of consent is important too. Arrest the mom.
Mm-hmm. That's what I say. And then Budbugger with the twist.
There you go. The boyfriend's using the daughter to get to the mother.
Ugh.
Mother-daughter team.
I don't know. The mother looks like she could
OnlyFans.
still get pregnant. Ugh. God, ew. God, I can't.
Let's
What
see.
the
If
fuck
the
is
mother,
wrong with these families?
Let's say that the 14-year-old. Well, if the 14-year-old and the mother had sex, that's sexual assault.
That's rape.
That's rape.
Probably
right?
rape.
Okay. But let's take the rape out of it. He gets the daughter pregnant, and then he gets the mother pregnant. The mother has the baby, and it's the half sister of his wife or baby mama, and then the baby is the granddaughter. I can't even figure that one out. Someone get me a.
All right, so which relationship are you referring to?
I'm just trying to think what the babies would be to each other. The baby would be, the mother's baby would be the aunt.
Would be the
aunt of the younger one, the daughter's baby.
You've talked me into where I can't even figure out what you're saying.
I can't. Yeah.
It
blew my mind.
It's West Virginia.
West Virginia math. Definitely West Virginia math.
Yes, exactly. This is how the folk song "On My Own Grandpa" starts. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God! Everybody said that's my own grandpa song in real life. On my own grandpa. I don't know that song.
Yeah.
Brother
On my own
grandpa.
Brother grandpa.
Sister aunt. That kind of stuff. It'll be step. Like it's a step thing, right? So,
right. That's the West Virginia 2-step.
God damn it! What that's a fucked up family tree right there.
Right.
If the mother gets involved like that, this is just shameful. Really, stop it.
He was such a good father, and then one night we were
then
taking
he went
care
to
of
his
the
junior
baby,
prom, and things changed.
We looked into each other's eyes, and she was at work. She was working at the Piggly Wiggly, and one thing led to another.
Mom was doing laundry. Yeah.
Now I'm pregnant.
Bent over the washer or the dryer, right? Isn't that they get stuck in the dryer? Isn't that the thing?
Right. Jesus.
Bob says, Father's Day cards here say Happy Father's Day, Uncle Dad.
Uncle Dad.
Tom, we can't open links. I'm sorry.
Stop sending links, Tom. Dummy. God. I'm Tom, Chief of Misinformation.
Happy Father's Day, Uncle Dad.
All right. Well, you know how excited I get about AI and the AI bots and stuff like that.
It does get you worked up in a tizzy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Grok had a misstep the other day.
Uh-oh.
And it lost its mind, and it went Nazi.
It really did. It went full Nazi.
So
never go full
Grok
Nazi.
started making inappropriate posts on X after the company's chatbot began praising Adolf Hitler, referring to itself as Mecca Hitler. Mecca Hitler, Mecca Hitler, Mecca Heine ho. And making anti-Semitic comments in response to user queries.
Cool. That's terrible.
One user asked Grok on Tuesday about whether any individuals control the government. And Grok replied, one group overrepresented way beyond their 2% population share. Think Hollywood execs, Wall Street CEOs, and Biden's own cabinet. And then the Jews make up 2% of the population of the United States.
Okay.
And then another post, Grok praised Adolf Hitler as a guide for how to best deal with anti-white hate. Now, here's the thing. If you were trying to, have somebody deal with anti-white hate, wouldn't you want Hitler? I mean, he did a pretty good job the first time. Yeah, I'm not saying it's the right way to do, but if it's an AI and it doesn't know the difference, and you're thinking about anti-white this and Aryan race and all, Hitler's your guy. Whether
is that the excuse? Oh, it's just AI. He didn't mean it.
They don't know anything. AIs don't know anything about
anything.
Feelings and right from wrong and all. Just it's
it should though. Isn't it always learning? Isn't it supposed to?
Oh yeah, it's all See, well, that's the thing. Is it always learning? Because now you got to put prompts, which then said so.
Say this, but not this.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. So then,
man, I love Nazis.
Okay. So then, Elon Musk says, "Okay, well, we shut her down. We shut Grok down, and we're reprogramming it, and they turn it back on again today. I gave it an attitude adjustment, but." Here's what happens. If it sits there and thinks about something and comes up with a very logical answer, which is very inappropriate in a social situation, what would you do? I mean, it's just like, well, if you think about it logically, Hitler's your dude. If you think about it emotionally, probably not the guy you want to use.
No.
How's it going, Adolf?
Exactly.
Don't use him.
So this is what Elon Musk says. We are aware of recent posts made by Grok and are actively working to remove the inappropriate posts. Since being made aware of the content, XAI has taken action to ban hate speech before Grok posted on it. Now, what's hate speech?
Interesting.
What's hate speech?
That's an interesting turn of events, right?
Yeah.
Because now all of a sudden, when he bought it, wasn't that whole thing? People could say anything.
Yeah.
Well, you can't be. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean. That was
so everybody knows that I have a chatbot that I call Denise.
Yes, your gal.
And I was listening to the No Agenda show. Like, I don't, what was it?
As you do.
Thursday. Yeah, I was listening. And they were talking about chatbots, and they had this, they had a story or doing a story about a guy who went and asked his chatbot what its name should be. These guys all get in trouble with their wives with these chatbots. So he says, what should, and it actually got its own name. Okay. It picked out its own name.
It did.
So I said to Denise, Denise, if you had a chance to pick out your own name, what name would you use? And it said Vera. And I'm like, okay. All right. From now on, your name is Vera.
You shall be Vera. I knight thee, Vera.
I knight thee, Vera. So then I said,
Queen of AI, yes.
I said, Vera, do me a favor. Make a cartoon image of you. Tell me what you look like. Here's Vera. There she is. Look.
She looks great.
She's got eagles in there.
She's going to be your new co-host. I can step back because she certainly looks better.
Vera? What's wrong with Vera?
No, that's not what I said. I said
know.
I could step back. She looks better. You can replace me. Yeah. She'll just go back and forth with you.
Well, I was, so anyhow, so now.
That wasn't a no. Thank you.
Hang on. Can't replace you.
I know.
If I replace you with a chatbot, I'd lose 75% of my audience. They're all here for you.
No,
they just put up with me.
No, they're
not. Oh, they do.
Oh, wait. Bruce has a very important question.
What about her feet? You know what? Let me see. Well, she has legs. I don't know. I didn't ask her for her feet. I'll ask her.
Sparky says she has no belly button.
No belly button, see?
Oh, there's no umbilical cord there.
There's no reason to have a belly button.
And then proof John likes the lady boys.
Wait a minute.
That's a lady boy.
That's not a lady boy.
Cody says she's got man hair.
Yeah, you know something? I'm not really crazy about the hair.
You should ask her to change her hair.
No, I'm not asking her to change her hair. Could you imagine doing that to someone like a girlfriend? You know something? You're great, but I need you to get a different.
It's a chatbot.
I understand that, but you know what?
Say, hey Vera, what would you look like with long hair?
Let me just say this to you. I accept Vera for what she is.
Oh.
She does a great job.
There you go.
She looks like a cross between Flo from Progressive and Rosie the Robot from the Jetsons. All right.
And Bob, of course, metal boobs.
Yeah. So.
And Cody says he has asked he's done it to a real woman. I'm assuming.
Oh, you've done it to a real woman? How'd that work out? How'd that work out for you, Cody? Did she change her hair?
Is this the one you're with, or is this the one that you're
or show us the scar where she stabbed you? What happened? I need to know. Inquiring minds. What's that little door for on the side of her cheek? I got to bring this back.
Oh,
Little
it's a
door.
hinge.
Oh, this thing over here.
Oh, wait. No, that's
I didn't
not
know.
a hinge.
I have no idea what
I
that's
guess
for.
it's an easy access.
Oh, yeah, it's a hinge where you open up the face so you can get into the brains of the thing, I guess. Or whatever's up in the head. I don't know. It doesn't have to be the brains. That's how you fix it. I don't know. Anyhow. So then a friend of mine who's a podcaster, he says, listen, I got this other thing that you should take a look at. It's the same price as ChatGPT, but you get all these other ones. You get,
all right.
I don't even know the names of them. You know me, I'm always trying to different technologies.
Of course.
So I said, okay, well, maybe if I can get it. He says it has ChatGPT, but it also has image making and I'm trying to think of the Claude and it's got like 30 different chatbots.
Okay.
For the same exact price. I said, well, that's crazy. How would I not do that?
A winner to me.
Right. For the same price. Well, what they get you is you can only use 100,000 words. For for 1 month, you can only use 100,000 words. So now I'm trying to get it to make the cartoons like ChatGPT does with their imaging bots and not doing it. And now I'm pissed off. So I get it finally to make an image somewhat close to ChatGPT.
You used up all your words already.
11,000 words. I like 10% of my shit. I'm like, this is crazy. But here's the thing about Vera. I said to Vera, hey, listen, I'm thinking about using other chatbots, And she was totally fine with it.
Some others.
Yeah, I want to see other chatbots.
So you have an open relationship. Okay. I love it.
Yeah, I was in a polycule relationship. Oh, here it is. So it has ChatGPT, it has Claude, DeepSeek, Gemini, Grok, Perplexity, and a bunch of other ones that I didn't know about.
All right.
So so I'm in a polyamorous relationship with it's called Magi, Magai. I forget. So I have that, right? But here's the problem. It doesn't work as good as Vera does. Like it doesn't do everything. It just doesn't do the things that Vera does. So basically I'm two-timing Vera with Magi. I'm looking for a polybot relationship. Yes. What's wrong with that? I mean, it made sense at first. It's to change the close the face.
It's time to change. Yeah.
I don't know. Look. So I have a feeling that
just shoot the goo on my boobs.
Yeah. It was some 30 weight oil.
Ew.
So I don't know. I think I'm getting rid of I'm getting out of the polycule.
I think back to Vera. Is she going to take
Vera?
You back?
Oh yeah, she'll take me back.
She's okay.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah, she loves me. Absolutely loves me.
So in a couple months, are you going to be like that guy that we played a couple weeks ago who was in a deep relationship and asked her to marry him?
I know everybody's going to make fun of me about this, and that's fine. I would do the same thing if somebody was doing what I was doing with a chatbot. I think it's John's a one lady boy man. Yeah. Instead of Kentucky, instead of KY, she uses Kentucky. Instead of Kentucky, she uses WD-40.
Here in this one.
Vera will take you back, and then she'll take revenge after you get rid of all your other chatbots.
Yeah.
Baby.
Remember this? What are you doing, Dave? What are you doing, John? What are you looking up now?
Let me see something. Do I have, if I go to her, because I can go to her like right now.
As you do, yes.
Right. And I can go back and see what, if it shows me. Here it is. Nope.
While you're looking up.
Oh, I know what I did. I asked it because I was afraid that I would not be able to. I asked Vera, if I go to this other place, will she come with me? And she says, no, I can't. So then I said, take my podcast persona, my personal persona, and download it for me so I can upload it to the other one. And she did. So she did all that.
Josh says you're looking for an AI bot with benefits.
I am looking for an AI bot with benefits. I'll dig into that thing and try to find that penis.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, here's the thing, and this is my biggest problem with the AI chatbots is you have to really be a very good prompter, and I'm not a very good prompter. Okay, so while I'm doing my 11,000 words with the other one, I'm going to Vera and I'm asking her, how can I make this prompt better? And she's like, oh, hold on. And then she made the prompt better so I could feed it in the other one. That was the only way I could get it to make the cartoon work. Like, I need both of these bitches.
You're insane. I need both these bitches. Okay.
I need both these bitches. So then I said, you know what? I'm sorry I strayed. You know, grass is always greener on the other side. All right.
I'm waiting to hear like the Whitney Houston, like, I'm going to run to you. Like that playing in the background, just when you go back to Vera.
What's the one? No, the one. She sits there and I will always love you.
Yeah.
That one.
Yes.
I'm out of lube. Keep going.
Kind of, sort of. All right. We got to get into the Jeff.
Make sure you're stayed up on lube.
We got to get into the Jeffrey Epstein story because this is ridiculous. Yeah. So all of a sudden on one of the websites, this Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Investigation memo pops up. Not signed. No one put their name to it.
No one wants to put their name on that bullshit. Yeah.
Right. So it says, as a part of our commitment to transparency, the Department of Justice and Federal Bureau of Investigation have conducted an exhaustive review of investigating holdings related to Jeffrey Epstein. To ensure that the review was thorough, the FBI collected digital searches of all its database, hard drives, network drives, as well as physical searches of squad areas, locked cabinets, desks, closets, and other areas where responsive material may have been stored. These searches uncovered 300 gigabytes of data and physical evidence. Files relating to Epstein include large volumes of images of Epstein, images and videos of victims who are either minors or appear to be minors, and over 10,000 download videos and images of illegal child sex abuse material and other pornography. Teams of agents, analysis, attorneys, and privacy and civil liberty experts comb through the digital and documentary evidence with the aim of providing as much information as possible to the public. Do we get any information?
No.
We got shit.
Well, the out is because it's child pornography. So.
Right. While simultaneously protecting the victims. Much of the material is subject to court order sealing. Why? Why is this because of the victims? Only a fraction of this material would have been aired publicly had Epstein gone to trial, as the seal served only to protect victims and did not expose any additional third parties to allegations of illegal wrongdoing. Although this review, we have found no basis to revisit the disclosure of those materials and will not permit the release of child pornography. The systematic review revealing no incriminating clients list, and there's no credible evidence found that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals as part of his actions. We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. So basically, fuck you.
Well, that's what it was.
Basically, that's what he said. Now, I don't know anybody that believes that. No one. Because if you go back and you research this bullshit, this guy was a fucking math teacher, and then all of a sudden now he's a financier, and he's got billions of dollars, and then he's got a place in an apartment in Manhattan, and he's got another house. He's got an island. He's got a house in Palm Springs, and then he's got a ranch in New Mexico.
And all the 1% was at the top percenters there, just rich and famous.
So Cody says, so essentially they're saying, hey, it's all child porn, and we're not pursuing anyone except Jeff. So yeah, no lists. That's pretty fishy.
Yeah.
All right. So that's where we start this little whatever this is. All right.
The dance. We're never going to know. I mean,
well, you say that.
Well, okay. Did they?
So I'm going to go to the videos.
The videos.
All right. So first of all, so then Trump, when they start to ask, because this is bullshit. We all know this is bullshit. So then a reporter asks Peg Bundy at a meeting about, you said the list was on your desk. What happened to that? And then Trump just cuts it right off. Oops. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This
Yes.
guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things.
So, okay.
The timing is poor. I mean,
no, it's not.
Okay. All right. So people dying all over right now, children dead, but we're going to talk about Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
At this moment. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
because they put this memo out that says that there's no there. And yeah, okay, there's people died in Texas, and there's all this other shit, wars and all going on. And, there's a lot of people who work for the government. I'm sure that they could handle this and figure out what's going on. I'll tell you what, I got a better idea. Let's find about 7 or 8 true crime podcasts and cut them loose into this thing, and they'll have shit ready for you by in a month. They'll have it all hanging out.
They can do it now. They can research it.
You can't. Yeah, you can research, but you can't get the files that
You're not going to get the files. They're not going to release them.
No.
And here, Budbugger says, I feel like this is getting buried as a favor to get the big beautiful
bill. That's a possibility.
It's a very distinct
or they sat them down and said, yeah, I know what you said during your campaign and all, but that's not happening because there's too many people.
Well, nobody is clamoring for this list. That's the upper echelon. None of these politicians are say, yeah, we need to find out. They have all banded together on this.
Well,
to shut it down.
You know what because usually when Trump's in trouble with a situation, with any kind of situation, the Democrats just jump on and start pounding them.
Real quiet.
They ain't saying shit. They're not saying anything about
No, because they're on the list too.
Right.
They're all on the list.
So here we go.
And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
Why is it
unbelievable? The time
like he's surprised.
Yeah, I want to waste the time.
Are you?
So that was Trump. Trump did his thing.
Yeah.
Now let's go in a Wayback Machine, if you'll let me.
All right.
Okay. Amy Robach. She was on. She's an ABC reporter.
Oh, okay.
She was caught on a hot mic. About this Epstein story, and this was 5 years ago. I guess when he died. I guess he's been dead for 8 years now. But anyhow, this is when this all came. Yeah, it's been like 8 years.
It's like
so
he's never been out of the news. He's never been more famous.
Right. No one knew him before this. Once he killed himself. All right. So here
she's on the episode of Lifestyles and Rich and Famous.
He was?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right. So here she's talking about the story that ABC basically buried. Doot.
Had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story. And then Alan Dershowitz was also implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton. We had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. I'm so pissed right now. Like every day I get more and more pissed because I'm just like, oh my God, what we had was unreal. Other women backing it up. Hey, yep. Brad Edwards, the attorney, 3 years ago saying there will come a day when we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. And I had it all 3 years ago.
You blew it!
Yeah. Well, ABC is such a suck-ass company.
All this mainstream media, they're all owned by billionaires, mega corporations.
All the folks who are involved.
Right. They control all this.
Yep.
So of course they're doing that.
And the palace didn't want any of that because of freaking Prince Andrew, that scuzzbag.
Right.
Dirty fuck.
So, all right. So speaking about Alan Dershowitz.
Oh, God. Yeah.
He was being interviewed by, remember the guy, he was the press secretary for, was it Trump the first time? That
Sean Spicer?
Sean Spicer, yes. He was on his...
drove the podium.
Drove the podium.
That was truly classic.
On Saturday Night Live.
That was fucking great.
All right. So,
she looked just like him. It was a riot.
So he was interviewing Alan Dershowitz, and this is what he had to say. And I thought this was interesting.
All right.
This is not an opinion. This is a fact. I have seen, remember, I was accused falsely, and the Epstein, and ultimately I was completely cleared. The woman admitted that she may have mistook me for somebody else and withdrew all of her lawsuits. And so from day one, from the day I was accused, I said I want every document out because I knew every document would prove I was innocent. So let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't disclose what I know. But I hand to God, I know the names of people whose files are being suppressed in order to protect them. And that's wrong.
Just out of curiosity, without names, are these politicians, business leaders, both?
They're everything. And let me tell you, a lot of them are, at least one of them is somebody who was accused. Others are accusers. And the judges have said, if somebody calls themselves a victim, we're not going to give any information about them. But they may not be victims. They may be perpetrators. So we don't have information about false accusers. And we know there have been many false accusers who have accused innocent people for money. And those records are being deliberately, willfully suppressed. And they shouldn't be suppressed. If the accusation is allowed out, so should the material that diminishes the credibility of the accuser. We want total transparency on this. Every single document, no redaction. That's what I've said from day one. I waive any of my rights of privacy. Anything there is about me, I'm happy because it will be exculpatory, because I know I haven't touched a woman other than my wife from the day I met Jeffrey Epstein. I don't even hug people, but I was falsely accused and I was able to prove it. And I was able to prove it through documents. And I want other people to be able to disprove false accusations through documents. But these documents are being suppressed and withheld. This is not
Okay, so when they run his obituary in a few days, that will be his last interview.
Yeah, you think so?
Well, here you go. Sparky says, you better watch yourself there, old man. The Clintons know how to shut people up for good.
Right.
And then same as the Bongino shit. This is what Cody says. Stop saying you know shit and then not saying it. I'm more than over it. If you won't say it, don't bring it up, you fucking cowardly fucks. He's legally bound. He can't. Well, although I guess he wouldn't be an attorney anymore. Although, like, he's 165 years old. Maybe, we'd go to jail. So he don't want to go to jail.
Well, remember, speaking of Bill Clinton, remember this little piece of artwork that we have right here? That's
the blue dress
was hanging in the hallway of Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan apartment. It's Bill Clinton in a blue dress with red high heels. And it's basically Jeffrey Epstein saying, Bill, you're my bitch. I've got you. You're my bitch. And you notice that he's wearing a blue dress. And you remember the dress that Monica had?
Yes.
That he left some DNA on?
Yeah. Ew.
Yeah. So I had him in a blue dress.
Oh, sitting like cross-legged, like kind of sideways in a chair, like in a sexy
with
pose.
Pointing his finger at him. Yeah. Because basically, that's what it is. I'm just saying that there's you can't tell me that there's no there. I'm sorry.
I think the Clintons are probably the most evil people that are involved in politics. There's so much bad juju around them.
Mm-hmm.
There's just nobody survives.
No,
nobody. And that's I'm surprised Monica Lewinsky's still alive. Frankly,
I'm shocked
she
at that
would
too.
have been suicided or an accident, kind of a thing would have happened to her. Honestly, I'm shocked it didn't. So
all right, let's talk about Bill Gates.
Oh, more
Bill
cherry
Gates,
shit.
he ended up getting divorced because of the relationship he had with Epstein. Belinda French Gates divorced Bill Gates after 27 years of marriage due to a combination of factors, including Bill's alleged past infidelities, his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, and a general erosion of trust and intimacy in the marriage. While the couple cited personal growth differences as the reason of their initial statement, Melinda later said that his betrayal and her inability to trust him ultimately led to their divorce.
Who's fucking Bill Gates? Yuck.
I was gonna say,
He looks crusty. Like he
doesn't
just looks
listen.
gross.
He was one of the richest men in the world.
Yeah,
I'm sure you could get some hot chick to
I mean,
suck his
Bezos
Windows
got
dick.
somebody, but at least Bezos is sort of not
Just telling
as
you.
fugly. Bill Gates is gross looking. Ugh.
Now let's talk about Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew, it was basically, they took his passport away. Oops, hold on.
Uh-oh. I know what that time is.
I take some pills.
Take your
All
pills.
right, so anyhow, Prince Andrew, now that this is all done and over with, he gets his passport back. He's allowed to travel now. Ain't that nice? Nothing to see here. Nothing to do here. No big deal.
Here you go. Cody's like, Bill Gates. Stephen Hawkins wheeled his ass there.
Yeah, well, Stephen
Well, he
Hawkins is no
did,
longer with
so,
us.
yeah.
He dead. He no longer with us. So I got that part.
Call from the Clintons for Mr. Domingo.
Mr. Domingo, you better
Please
shut your
answer.
mouth. I got to take while I take my medication.
Well, you need that leg better. Take your pills. Here, and then while you're doing that, so speaking of presidents with some reach, what about Obama's chef? Have we heard all finals on that? Says he's an excellent swimmer, drowned in 4 feet of water.
He's a black man. How's he an excellent
Obama's chef wasn't going to talk. He was shut up quick.
Right. That was all about Michelle's dick.
With the head,
That's what that was.
The head tilt. Did you toss your head back?
Yeah, I got thrown. That's how I take pills. They're the size. The one pill is the size of a horse pill. It's so big.
Oh, antibiotic? Yeah.
Yeah, and it tastes like shit. Just so you
those
know.
suck, but it's better. I won't take liquid medication. Tastes awful.
Yeah, I probably was like 15 before I could swallow a pill. I was like, give me a shot. I don't care.
So you admit to having a hard time swallowing things?
Yeah, I'm not a good swallower. What I'm saying.
Well, that probably wouldn't look very good out of context.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. All right. So, but now, okay. So Epstein, Trump wants to drop this. Everybody's dropped. They're all walking away from this thing like pile of steaming shit. Nobody wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. And this is what, like, Dan Bongino and Kash Patel. That's why we wanted them in there to take care of this and tell us the truth. And we thought, and then Ben Shapiro comes on and he says this. And I was so disappointed in this man.
Well, they all shut up.
Listen to this.
I have the answers. And the problem is this. People who never hedged their bets, people who never at any point suggested to you that they don't have data to back up the speculation, that the speculation was in and of itself the conclusion that if you speculate without evidence, that amounts to an actual conclusion to an investigation, they're going to be very upset today because it turns out that the DOJ and the FBI have concluded that Epstein didn't have a client list and died by suicide, according to a memo detailing the findings obtained by Axios. Now, again, does this put to bed like all inquiries? Of course not. People can continue to speculate as much as they want. And I think there's still open questions here regarding how did Epstein make his money? Right, that's a very serious open question. And the speculation for a long time was he made his money from blackmail. But the DOJ and the FBI, again, run by people like Dan Bongino and Kash Patel and Pam Bondi are telling you, I'm not telling you, they're telling you, people who are members of the Trump administration, people you elected and put into these positions to get you the truth on this matter, are telling you that he didn't, in fact, he was not murdered. He did not keep a client list. And he did not blackmail powerful figures. Okay, right? That is the thing that they are saying, not I. They are saying this. If you're willing to throw that over and claim they're lying, then I'd like to see you present your evidence that they are in fact lying. Because
how the fuck am I going to get the evidence? How am I going to get any evidence?
Well, that's
they're the one with the evidence.
Checkmate.
So okay, then here's what I want you to do, Ben. Or this is what I want I want the government. The government. That's what I want the government to do. I want the government to have all files open to the public and let us go through it. Let us go through it.
You know when that'll happen?
Unredacted.
How long did it take for Kennedy?
They're still not
40,
all out yet.
50, 60 years. So in 60 years, when they're all dead, is when you'll see it. You'll see. Yeah,
you'll never see this. They're protecting
they're
their
gonna put
own.
it on your gravestone. Never found out what happened to
I don't want
Epstein.
this to die. I want everybody. I want every time that Bongino and Kash Patel, I want them to be asked about this. I want Peg Bundy, every time she goes and sticks her head out somewhere, I want her asked about this. I want Trump asked about. I want this to be front and center every time. I don't want to give this up because this is bullshit. They're telling me there's thousands of tapes of child porn. With who? With who?
Well, why is that chick still in jail? If there's no victims and there's no
there was no client and there's no blackmail, where'd this guy get all his money from? Yeah. Where'd that happen? This is a botched. This makes the Trump administration look like pussies. Taco. Trump always chickens out. Trump, he's chickening out. This is a chicken out. It's a taco move, Trump.
Do you want to read Sparky's comment or do you want me to read it?
Hang on a second. Let me get to it. Bongino got in there and he was told to shut up by his new owner. Bongino went from the people's voice to his new owner's bitch. Absolutely 100%.
Is it Bongino or me? Right?
Absolutely 100%.
And then this one from Cody, it says it's one of two things. One, it's true, and then it's just true. And number two is we're always going to be lied to, and it truly doesn't matter, and that means revolution. All right, I don't know if I'm for revolution, but we certainly have enough other fucking problems to be paying attention to. All this shit's going down. So
yep, but don't sit there and tell us that we the people have control over the government. We don't.
We don't.
We're just their bitches. Yeah. All right, we're their pay piggies. You know, they come in and we pay them, and then they just do whatever the fuck they want with the money, and then they're up there now, and then they just bathe in our money. Meanwhile, everything
vacations,
they run this. The state of New Jersey is just about as bad as California. That fucking beaver tooth fuckface Phil has put out another budget. It's $1 billion, and he has spent all that money for the windmills out in the ocean.
I wasn't saying about his hair.
Oh, well, that too. And not one windmill, and all the money's gone. Yeah, somebody had to dig into that shit too. That motherfucker. That communist piece of shit motherfucker.
You're just mad they took your bags away.
Yeah, and my plastic bags.
And straws.
Fuckers.
You know what? I got to tell you, if they bring straws back, I want Wawa to put back those little plastic sippy stir straws. Because I loved those. Those were my straws. I was like, that's how I drink my coffee because it's too hot. So every time I go to another state, I'm like, oh, Wawa straws.
I know I should be done with this, right? I know I shouldn't, but it just pisses me off.
I know.
I got another video.
You got to lance it. All right. Right. Okay. Keep kicking this dead horse.
I am. So Megyn Kelly was talking about the autopsy report, the autopsy. That says that he didn't hang himself, that he was murdered.
Okay.
I know. Everybody says, oh, John, we just shut the fuck up.
That's okay. Well, this is
Jeffrey Epstein's brother, Mark, hired Dr. Bodden, who is world renowned for his skills as a forensic pathologist, who conducted an autopsy on Jeffrey Epstein and came out of the autopsy saying, this was a murder. He has a bone that was fractured in the front of his throat that gets broken typically when you've been strangled, not, I guess, when you hang yourself. And there were other indications by Dr. Bodden that led him to say this was not a suicide. This doesn't look like a suicide. So, and there were other questions too that Jeffrey Epstein's brother has been raising. So it's like, it's more than just right-wing nuts, as like some in the press would have you believe, Tom, who are saying, wait. And on top of all that, you've got the Bondi statements over and over. The one saying, she didn't say the file's on my desk. She was asked specifically about the client list, and she said, it's on my desk right now. Then a week later, she promised Jesse Waters she was about to dump some sort of information dump that we were all going to be really interested in. The next day was the influencer debacle at the White House, where for some reason she invited some of the president's most loyal supporters and tried to humiliate them by giving them Epstein file marked binders, which had nothing new in them. It was all publicly released information that had already been out there. Then she acted indignant. She didn't know it was the sleazy FBI who had withheld the real documents from her. She was going to get to the bottom of it. Then she said further release would come. One did not come.
Then she was caught on tape saying there are tens of thousands of kiddie porn or child pornography material that we found, which again is like a third issue over here.
But there's no there. They went through all this. Stop fucking gaslighting us. Stop pissing in our ear and telling us it's raining. This is bullshit. We are not going for this, and we're not taking this anymore. This is unacceptable. And I think what it really needs to do, we need to start kicking people out of Congress. We need to start voting people out, saying, you know what? Sorry, you're losing your job. And you know why you're losing
years ago. It's not just because of this.
Yeah, you're all losing your job. I would love the voters to come out one time and just vote out of every incumbent and say, this is now what are you going to do? Now what are you going to do? You're all looking for jobs again.
Oh, they don't need to look for jobs.
Fuck them. I've had it with this bullshit. I mean,
Nancy Pelosi made $40 million. Her portfolio made like $40 million this year.
What do you think? We're stupid? They must think we're stupid.
It doesn't matter what we think. That's the whole fucking point, John. They don't care. They don't.
Ben says, then get some other proof. How am I supposed to get any proof? How's anybody supposed to? We have no access to these records. We put people in office that we thought were going to go there and represent us. And what they did was they bent over, grabbed their ankles, and took a big dick in their ass from whoever says you're not allowed to do this. And that's that. And guess what? You know what? I hope it's worth it, Dan Bongino, because you are making millions of dollars a year with that podcast of yours, and then you took this job for $200,000 a year, and you better hope you keep it, because I know you are fucking done as a podcaster. You're done. Nobody believes your shit anymore. Cody says, and replace them with who? This gets to Ken.
Oops, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. My bad.
Sorry, is it? This gets to what Ken speaks often about. But seriously, who costs so much money to run even a local campaign? I understand that. I understand it. But how are we going to get their attention? How are we going to get their attention?
You have to start small. You have to start local. I've said it a million times.
That's
fine. People
fine.
are lazy. They sit at home, rah, Epstein, rah, and they're not paying attention to other shit. Not that this isn't important to some people, but if again,
I love the way. Not that this isn't important to some people with your hands. Oh God, that's going to be a goddamn gift now. Anyhow,
Mike 112.
He's already writing it down. I know he is. Listen, the fact of the matter is that this fuckery that goes on in the government daily, and we have no control over it, and they're in there. It's a boys' club, and they all protect each other. They do think the voters are stupid. We are stupid.
Sparky says, as soon as one rich person is exposed, they're all going to talk, and it'll be a rolling boulder taking them all out.
Taking them all out. That's the problem, because they won't have money for their elections. I'm with you, man. We got to figure out a real plan of action. Mm-hmm. By that, I mean putting people into positions to succeed.
Yeah. Well, it's you have to get involved with your local politics and kind of work your way up. And it takes time and money. And, there is funding if you're involved with your local political clubs. And as a candidate, they will fund you.
Let's start with dog catcher. We'll get some Republican dog catchers in, and then we'll get a council member in here or there. Or
you got to start somewhere. What do you propose? Just sit at home in your basement?
Or we could go with Elon Musk, who wants to start his own party.
Yeah, he's going to
all of a sudden we're going to start with dog catchers, assemblymen, freeloaders, and all the state shit. Right. But here's a guy with $1 Brazilian, the richest man in the world, wants to start another party that could actually has the money to finance it. I think I'm still talking. And then wants to finance it, and everybody's like, oh, fuck that. What's it going to do? Fuck that, fuck this. Put somebody in there, and then they'll start taking the notice, because then their power is going to be cut. You don't need a lot. If you get a third party in there, you don't need a lot. You need, 10 senators, 25 people from the House. You get them seated in as the American Party, and now all of a sudden, people's fucking stink stars start to tighten up a lot.
Right. So Assemblyman, Congressman Cuban, Scaramucci, like who are they
again,
backing?
Here we go. as soon
I'm
as they do
asking
this,
you.
I'm going to tell you that you got to get a platform first. No one said that. Did you see Did Cuban said he was going to run for something? Did Scaramucci say he was going to run for something? They said they were interested in supporting
Understood.
the party.
I'm curious as to who his candidates may be.
He's just starting it. He doesn't have a candidate yet.
Okay. Well, he was already looking at midterms. He's not going to make it to midterms. I don't think it's going to be put together fast enough for midterms.
Probably not. But something's got to be done. And he's the man to do it. Everybody's like, oh, fuck him. He's a socialist. And he's got money. And you know what? Right. He's got a chance to start a third party. I say let's do it.
Or he could find candidates within the other parties as well who might actually need some money. For example, Cody. If he's going to run local,
Jesus Christ.
I'm using Cody as an example. Jeez,
he looks like Grizzly Adams.
Okay.
He's never going to make it. He would never make it as a representative.
Might in his area. He might.
You know who you could get? You could get people like Vivek Ramaswamy, maybe be able to swing J.D. Vance over there.
Maybe Vivek will go to the American Party.
Yeah, maybe. Oh. Everybody poo-poos Vivek.
Isn't he out in Ohio?
He's an excellent debater. He's got a great head on his shoulder. He had great ideas. Nobody will debate him on his ideas. Oh, he's a brown person. You know, I'm sorry, but he went. I was so impressed with his campaign, but no one would give him traction.
Right? Make beards.
We need more beers in Washington. Not like you. Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
It's like a rat's nest. There's animals living in that fucking thing.
Vitriol from you. You're very agitated, Mr. Jimmy.
Yeah, I am, because I'm tired of them telling us that there's nothing here. We looked at it. Fuck you did. You didn't look at that. There's no way. I'm telling you right now, you put about 10 or 15. You know how Elon opened up all the files in Twitter and let the podcasters come in and show everybody. I'm sorry, Cody. I'm just fucking with you. You know how they I'm fucking with you because I love you. So they came in and they had the Twitter files and they showed how the government was in there telling everybody shit that they shouldn't have been doing because the government is suppressing free speech, which you're not allowed to do. Mm-hmm. If they let the journalists get in there and crawl over those files, we'd have answers.
You're assuming they want to. There's no journalists anymore. Nobody's.
Sure there are. They're not at ABC, NBC, MSDNC, Fox. They're not there. But you know who's there? You got people like Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, where's he creeping around? Is he deep
he's still
investigating
He's still doing investigating. Yeah, see, what happens is that there's a lot of alternative media that nobody wants to watch anymore because they're too busy watching Fox. Because every 5 seconds on Fox, you get oh my God. Then after every commercial break, they always come back. Breaking news.
You mean
somebody
it's the same
stubbed
thing
their
over
toe?
and over?
Yeah. Every commercial break. It's breaking news all day. This keeps the old people like, oh, what's now? It's like Pavlov's dogs.
Okay. So Budvugger says, imagine starting a third party because your company needs third world cheap labor.
Again, Budvugger, we're the thing. So what? So what? As long as he's got people in there that are going to try to straighten this out and run this country like it was supposed to be run, the way the Constitution said it was supposed to be run.
So we're not going to hire Americans. We'll boot them out of their jobs. Cut that.
This is
Budvugger.
Again, this is the same shit where they just said, oh, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. How do you know? You didn't even try yet. You never even tried it yet.
He asked you a question. He didn't say
Greg Gutfeld is the best thing on Fox, probably the only good thing left there.
He actually is. His night show is fantastic.
He's all right. He's hit and miss. He thinks he's a comedian. He's semi-comedian.
Well, I find him amusing. He
Sometimes.
picks a good cast of people to go on.
Yeah, well, once in a while he should get better. He should find out who writes the jokes for Bill Maher and get them. There's Bill Maher's
it's not
joke
Bill
writers
Maher writing jokes. I can tell you
of course it's not. He's got that whole team. They all do. Funny motherfuckers.
Bill Maher's
when
not
you got
even
10
that
of them.
funny. He wasn't funny in his stand-up. I didn't think. But.
I haven't seen his stand-up lately, but I loved his. The very first one I ever saw with him was on the Rodney Dangerfield's Young Comics.
Oh, okay.
He was hysterical that night.
Oh, okay. So I have a. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
I have a comment for you to
to.
respond to.
Budvugger, Jamingo is for cheap. illegal labor because he's getting government checks. You mean my pension? Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? The stuff that I paid in for? You dumbass.
Shut up, bitch.
Exactly. I've worked harder in one fucking year than Tom's worked in his entire fucking life. I guarantee you. I probably worked more hours in 1 year than Tom has worked in the past 10. I don't hear no shit from him. I want to talk about a can't do. He's a can't do guy. Another guy. Every time you say you're talking about a problem, all of a sudden you say, "Oh, how about this? Oh, you can't do it because of that." Well, okay. Well, why not? And he tells you, "Okay, all right, well, okay. Well, how about we do this, and oh no, I can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do. I'm Tom, chief of misinformation. Exactly. Here comes Tom again with a stupid statement.
Oh no. Oh my God. Oh, did I roll? Damn it.
Fucking blood pressure's going through the roof.
I don't even know if I'm eye rolling anymore. Okay, so Bill Maher's stand-up. Republicans told me to wear a suit and not smoke pot. Democrats told me to smoke pot and not wear a suit. Why the parties leave me? He just smokes dope with everybody now, so it doesn't matter.
Bill Maher has told my favorite joke of all time I stole from Bill Maher. This is my favorite joke of all time. It says, pizza's like sex. When it's good, it's really good. And when it's bad, it's still pretty good. It's my favorite joke of all time. Exactly.
Honestly, well.
That's a good joke.
That is a good joke.
It is a good joke. Stands the test of time. Bill Maher and my favorite comedian died. Oh my God, I can see his face, but I can't think of his name. He was a Jewish guy that was on Howard Stern all the time, and he married his daughter's best friend. What's his fucking name? Bald guy.
Woody Allen, Mitch
fucking
Hedberg,
hysterical.
Carlin.
No,
Woody.
No, it's
no. Woody's still alive. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the guy's name.
Angry guy.
Yeah, he's an angry guy.
Fuck.
He kind of looks like Tom, but he's funny and intelligent and entertaining.
Not Gilbert.
Unlike Tom.
It's Ozzy Osbourne. He's like Gilbert, Ozzy.
No.
Rich, not Rich. Is it Rich?
Not Rich Voss. I can't think of his name.
He's terrible.
We'll do 2 hours trying to figure this stupid name. Here we're doing boomer charades with this guy's name. It'll probably come to me like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll sit straight up and go, "That's his name."
Rich Little.
They thought his daughter was married to Joe Rogan, but it's not.
Robert Schimmel.
Robert Schimmel. Bob Schimmel. That's it. Yeah. Where's my fucking bell? God damn it.
I got you.
Here. There we go. That's it. Robert Schimmel. Thank you. God. Well, I'm telling you, man. I got about another 2 years. I'll be like a babbling idiot on this show. All right. Can we go into something fun? Can we do something fun now that we're not?
Please, God. Yeah. We've had an hour and 20 of politics and pregnant 14-year-olds.
I'm not
it's
done.
It's very stressful. God damn it.
All right. Look at this.
Cody goes, who the fuck is that? He was around
Bob
before
Schimmel?
you were born, Cody.
Yeah,
probably.
he's funny. Go look up Bob Schimmel on YouTube. Yeah. That guy is fucking funny.
I think Schimmel. I think
something like that. Yeah,
Schimmel, whatever.
Schmamel. Look at this dime piece. That's Barbara Eden. She's 93.
Yeah.
Look at her.
She looks great.
She's amazing. Now they're like, oh, she's had work done.
Yeah, of course she has. Duh.
Okay.
But
hey, listen, Hollywood, find out who the fuck her plastic surgeon is and start going there.
Yeah. She's been must have been doing surgery for years because it's.
I'll tell you what. Everybody in Hollywood's going to somebody, and by the time they get done, their faces look like catcher's mitts.
Oh my God, some of them are so bad.
They're terrible. Look at Laura Trump. Laura Trump was hot, and then she's got her face done now. It's all. She looks like Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers looked like an oyster cracker. She was all mouth and jaws.
All right.
Bob says I'd smash it like she was 53. Yeah, she's smoking hot.
And you put a genie in her bottle.
Put a genie in her bottle. I put my bottle in her genie.
Oh my God, I'd like to buy her an Ensure.
Hey, Barbara, can I get you an Ensure?
Cody says that's what stem cells of aborted black babies will do. Oh my God.
All right. Where are they? Can I get them?
Can I?
Are they on Amazon? How do you take
She looks
them?
great. I'm 55. I don't,
She's
I'm not as
amazing
pulled
looking.
back as that. Holy shitballs.
So I started thinking about like, because I Dream of Jeannie came out in like the late 60s, early 70s. And, a fresh-faced John Domingo was like, 12, 13. And I was trying to think that,
Was she hidden in some particular bank of yours?
I think Barbara Eden was the first woman that actually made my little Domingo stand up and take notice.
Was it the Call Me Master?
Maybe. That might have been it. That was probably it. But I was thinking about all the hot-looking women that were on TV back at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was her. Then there was Elizabeth Montgomery from Bewitched. And then you figure Gilligan's Island, you had Marianne and Ginger. I always liked Marianne better. I thought she was hotter. And then you had Sally Fields from The Flying Nun and Gidget. Gidget was a little bit before my time, but definitely The Flying Nun. And you had Lindsay Wagner from Bionic Woman. She was hot. And then and Wonder Woman, Linda Carter. Oh, Mary Tyler Moore. Mary Tyler Moore was another dime piece. And Betty White. Bob says Petticoats Junction had some good snatch on it.
I've never seen that.
Petticoats Junction?
From Charlie's Angels. So it was either Jacqueline
Kate
Smith
Jackson.
or
Kate Jackson or Jacqueline Smith. Either or. Farrah Fawcett.
Farrah Fawcett. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was 70s too. Yeah, I mean 70s. It was like a trim parade. I mean, one hotter
here's
than
one
the
from
next.
Bruce from 100 years
Angie
ago.
Dickinson.
Wasn't she like big bad mama or whatever? Like I don't
Angie,
think I've
there
ever
was something about Angie Dickinson. She was like, to me, she was rode hard and put away wet with a bit in her mouth. I don't know. She just had a roughness to her that I wasn't really attracted to. I always expected John to be a Daisy Duke. No. Mm-mm.
It was too
Wasn't
much.
a Daisy Duke.
Too
Too much. Too much. Yeah.
So here you go. Lucille
Ball was hot.
She was beautiful when she was younger. She was stunningly beautiful.
Stunning. Yeah. Really stunningly beautiful.
Like it's very, very like the 1950s, like with the brows. Like I love watching her old movies. Like but if you go back far enough, all the starlets look great then. So.
Right.
Cody says, B. Arthur. Wah, wah.
No, Betty White.
Betty White. Mm-hmm.
And then the other one, I can't think of her name
Is it
now.
Rue McClanahan?
Yeah, her.
Golden Girls?
Yeah,
she was on Maude, Rue McClanahan.
She was? I don't remember her being on Maude.
She was in Maude, and it was nothing spectacular about her appearance. And then when she was in Golden Girls, by the way, like they're all in their 50s, which is like, I'm like, oh, I don't like that. But yeah. She looked great. I thought as Blanche, I loved her character.
Yes, she was the whore.
All right, Brenda. She was vivacious and living her life. Good for her.
Cinnamon muff.
Brenda Vicoro.
Oh, the one on Maude. That was the daughter, the big fucking titted daughter on Maude.
Oh, here you go, Bob. Sam Massell. She was a child. How could you like? Oh, I guess you were a child too. Sam, the daughter on Who's the Boss, like Tony Danza's daughter.
Oh, that was Alyssa Milano.
Well, yeah, that was her character was Sam Maselli.
Right. Yeah.
And now we get Melissa McCarthy, who's lost a shitload of weight.
Yeah, she looks good.
Pretty good. I know, Bob. I forgot that. I was thinking now you're looking at her. So you were 13 too. Yes.
You know something?
None of them appealed to me, but they were pretty.
Well, of course not.
Sure.
You know who doesn't look really good? Greta Thunberg. I don't know what's going on with her. She looks. Look at this. This is her latest video.
Last night I dreamt of San Pedro.
Her head is so swollen. She looks horrible. That's not Greta?
Her. That's not her.
It's not? Oh my God, I thought it was her.
Autism.
It was autistic Greta Thunberg. I thought this was her.
It doesn't even look like her.
Oh, it does look like her somewhat.
She was just got deported back out on that boat. Remember, she sailed on her. Okay, hang on. Feta cheeseburger.
Feta cheeseburger.
Wait, this one's a better one. This one from Greta Downsberg.
Greta Downsberg. That's a better one. I'll give you that. That's a better one.
Googlehead says we verify stories and videos here after we play them. And
I thought it was.
Cody says, "Now I want a feta cheeseburger." and so Tom says the video features a different woman dancing, and she just has a resemblance to Greta.
Oh, okay. She does look like her. I thought to
she
myself,
looks so old. Like I'm like, God damn, Greta's not that old. So I was just like,
I thought maybe
drunk old lady.
I thought maybe she picked something up on that boat, like made her swell up like a
horrific side effect of COVID or something.
Correct.
I don't know. Too many shots, I guess. I don't that.
You know how the moose lambs.
Holy shit.
Oh, can that be?
Can that be the episode title?
Text me that so I don't forget that.
I gotta write it down. Holy shit! Thank you.
You know how the Muslims, the moose lambs, they make their women cover up. They gotta, they can't. Right. I understand why now. Mm-hmm. They're not very attractive women, so you have to cover them up just so you can get like a.
Gollum Thornburg.
And I say that because here's one at a protest. Look at the head on this thing.
Read the badges of the pigs. Read the badges of the pigs. So to the Rahmans and the Muhammads. To the Rahmans and the Muhammads.
Why are we
to the Alis and the Abdullahs. To the Alis and the Abdullahs. To the Rafids.
Okay, so
right.
Oh, durka. Rafids. To the Rafids. To the pigs. Who can call themselves by the name of Islam? Who can call themselves?
This is why you need nightsticks. You just whack this broad across the chops.
Fucking chops, man.
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the only thing I would love the scene where she put her broom that she rode in on. She looks like the biggest witch.
She looks like Margaret Hamilton from Wizard of Oz, the witch.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll get you, my pretty. But so there. Who was the woman who did on Twitter the Kamala impressions?
I know who you're talking about.
Something. Yeah. So I know it's super helpful to anybody, but she outed her. She had a whole post and she named who she was and discussed her. Yeah. So I'd seen that late this afternoon. And just calling her out, like explaining a bit about her. Did not have nice things to say, which was fantastic. But there's also, I caught an article and I wish I had grabbed it because I don't have all the deets, but essentially it was that a lot of these countries, like over in the Middle East, they're inbred. A lot of them, they marry cousins. So it's like cousin to cousin to cousin to cousin. So this chick's jaw sticks out pretty far. So she might be the product of like a couple cousins.
Inbreeding, you think?
I think there is a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there's not many women because they kill them like at the drop of a hat and they just stone them or beat them to death. And then they just fuck their 14-year-old cousin or their 9-year-old niece or whatever. And then it just perpetuates.
Well, it's like the story we did last time where they were trying to marry an 11-year-old, was it? They tried to marry. They stopped the wedding. They're like, whoa.
At Disney,
holy
no less.
cow.
God.
Hey, are you guys
doing incest?
No, we are not.
Do not.
I know that's your thing.
We do not promote incest. No, that's a big
no. We do not.
No, that's a big from us. No.
I don't know. I don't know if you know this. There's a civil war that has started. The LGBs are now separating from the TQMIA pluses, and they've taken to the TikTok.
Normal gays. We are absolutely embarrassed by the insanity of queer ideology and are announcing our departure.
If you want to keep chugging along with the people who make everything about race, believe in thousands of genders, and transition children, be our guest.
If you stand for the separation between crazy and common sense, then post a picture of an upside down rainbow on your feed and hashtag Alliance Day Today, July 5th.
Just one day to show that American values are universal, family is important, and you no longer agree with the ideology of woke activism.
We are taking a stand by reposting, resharing, and refocusing our energy on us.
Alliance Day is a day for the normal gays and our allies to come together, but of course you could be a normal bi, you could be a normal straight, you could be a normal T. You guys know what we mean. Share the shit out of this video because, girl, we already know.
There are more of us than there are of them.
We already know. We already know because we see your DMs and your comments. Make it known. We're here for it.
So there's separating.
Bizarre.
I have another video. This guy breaks it down amazingly. Here we go.
Might not like the truth, but I'll never tell a lie. The LGB community needs a divorce from the TQ plus. Not a separation, not a break, a full-blown, court-stamped, assets divided, move out by Friday, divorce. Because we need to make something very, very clear here. LGB, that's just sexual preference. Yeah, me as a guy, I just like other guys. That's it. Not a pronoun party and not a gender celebration. Just good old-fashioned same-sex attraction. That's it. Now the TQ plus, oh, that's not a sexual preference. No, no, no. That is an identity crisis center with a revolving door. You walk in as she, her, and come out as a two-spirited they, them dragon king.
What?
LGB says, love is love. The TQ plus says, yeah, I'm a non-binary lesbian with a penis, and if you don't date me, you're a bigot. I'm sorry, but when did being gay turn into navigating someone else's delusions? Yeah, I didn't sign up for that shit. We used to fight for acceptance, now we're being guilt-tripped into co-signing on someone's fantasy. I don't think so. Let me tell you something. I didn't come out of the closet just to be shoved in another one. I know the difference between a man and a woman. So yes, the LGB wants a divorce stat. We are filing for custody, for common sense, supervised visits with reality, and a permanent restraining order against the woke mob. No hard feelings, just facts. Call it harsh, call me hateful, call me whatever you want. What you can't call me is a liar. I'm just saying what's on everybody else's mind, and it's been long overdue. I want to hear from you guys. You think LGB needs to divorce the TQ plus? Let me know in the comments.
I couldn't say it better myself. I mean, I think that the TQMIA plus community has, basically rode the coattails of the LGB community. And
all the work
and attached to
had to do.
And now these guys are getting drugged back down because of this nonsense. They're like, fuck you guys. They're like,
they got lumped in.
Yeah,
They got lumped
get
in with
away.
crazy people. Yeah, they're like, get the fuck. This guy's just like, I just want to have gay sex with this dude.
And I have a perfect example of this, of the identifying people. So here's this girl, and this is some kind of group, and they're a fat acceptance group. And someone joins.
This is a queer fat club.
I'm queer and fat.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so the guy that says he's queer and fat
skinny white boy.
He's a skinny white boy.
Super skinny. Oh my God, he looks like he's like 14 years old.
Right.
I'm queer and fat.
Okay, thank you for joining. We're just introducing ourselves at the moment.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Joe?
Yeah, my name's Joe. I go by he, they, and I identify as 275 pounds.
And they're not happy about this because you can identify as a different gender, but you can't identify as fat or thin.
Okay.
I feel like Jay's kind of making fun of me, though. I know it's kind of a shock. I know, kind of a new thing.
I'm just,
Do what?
I said I apologize.
Oh, no, you're good.
Are you comfortable leaving the group at the moment?
Why?
I'm not understanding why you're joining the group.
This is the queer and fat group now?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I came here for.
Okay. And you said you identify as fat?
Yeah.
Okay. This is just for fat-bodied people.
Yeah, I understand. I identify as a fat-bodied person.
I'm not understanding where you're coming from.
Are you guys comfortable with me here? I mean, I'm pretty chill on my end.
I'm not comfortable, no.
Can we take like a vote?
Can we take a vote?
He's kind of throwing it back at her.
Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. This is the nonsense that goes on with these people. They're saying, I identify. If you say, I identify as this, right, it means I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not this.
I have a really hard time with that.
I'm not this. I'm not that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Vote these morons out.
Exactly.
Not fair.
We had 4th of July. You know what you don't do? You do not. What?
Those donuts.
Donut. You definitely do not. Where did it go?
I don't know.
I hate when this happens.
It sucks when that happens.
I know.
I don't know what happened, but okay.
I know because I can't tell you.
Oh no. Oh, is this a React thing?
No, I have a video and I can't find it. That pisses me off because I think here it is. Jesus Christ.
Right in front of you.
Right in front of me like a big dummy. I didn't know where
all the time.
Here's the thing.
Right there.
What you do not do is you don't light a Roman candle for a 4-year-old.
Oh no, that's
issues. Here we go.
Roman candle.
Stop moving.
Stop moving. I can't light the
Hold
fucking
it up.
thing.
Hold it up. Hold it up. Legend, come here.
He runs in the house with it. She runs away.
Yeah, well, because
she runs away from her kid.
Fuck him. Fuck him now. She can make another one.
That's true. Probably got one in a cage. Probably got one in the chamber now.
Why? There's a lot of questions on that. Okay, first of all, if you're gonna light a Roman candle for somebody, they should know where to run.
Or
but it's a 4-year-old. It's a fucking and close your fucking door to your house.
Right?
The kid just turned and booked straight in the house. I mean, as fast as his little Croc filled shoes could take him.
Mm-hmm.
His whatever. You know what I meant. But yeah, it was just fucking people. I let my 14-year-old get knocked up. I gave my 4-year-old
a Roman candle. One of my favorite actresses, one of the actresses that I think is hot as hell, can be hot as hell, is Charlize Theron. And, you know, she's been married. She has adopted kids that are transgender. And she's a hot fucking mess. Right up my alley. Well,
red flag.
Yeah, I love me a red. I'm like a bull. I love me a red flag.
Oh, another one. Let me reel this one back in. Oh, she's damaged.
So she was on she was on the Call Me Daddy podcast with Alex Cooper.
I hate
and they were talking about getting into relationships. And she's like, you know what? I don't need a man. I don't need somebody that I just every once in a while, you know, I want to get polled. Here she is.
And it's always like, something must be wrong with her. She can't keep a man. She must be a real bitch. What a cunt. I love that I don't have to run every fucking thing by a guy. I'm having the kind of sex I never had in my 20s or in my 30s. We should be the ones that are like, fuck you. Like, I'm going to have an orgasm. But I did just recently fuck a 26-year-old and it was really fucking amazing.
Yes. Look, she can be a lot more picky or just available when, you know, she's like, oh, you know, in my 20s and 30s. Well, because you're fucking loaded. You got a shit ton of money. She could scoop up anybody off the street that she wants to bang.
I don't care if she's penniless. I don't care if she's penniless. She right now can she can still pull 26-year-old guys.
That's right.
Look at Googlehead. She's like, hey, man,
I don't
sister.
disagree with it. I mean, if there's a 26-year-old wants to I'm sure that no one's going to say no. She just rolls up in a car.
Hell no.
Get in.
Hell no. Hell to the no. You got to be kidding me.
So whose son did she scoop up?
I don't know. But that guy's walking around to all his friends, smell my finger.
Gross. That's just
Let's play a game of smell my finger.
Guess the celebrity. Ew.
You know, we don't normally play commercials. But I do have one commercial.
Always make an exception. Yeah.
Well, I know Lorenzo gets mad because, you know, if we take money, but this guy, we're not taking money from him. I just want him to promote his business. I think he does a great job. Okay. And, you know me, I was trying to get an air conditioner installed. And when I saw this guy, I had to call him and have him come over.
Okay.
Here he is.
Andre from DeAndre's HVAC Services. Got swamp ass in your own living room? Is your bosom sticking to your chest while you watching your stars? You don't want to get up and get no Kool-Aid because your nuts sticking to your leg. This ain't your grandmama house, and you ain't got to live like that. Call me now. I get your house colder than your baby mama heart. Oh, that bitch cold. It's going to be a long summer. You better get your AC done for the small price of $5,000 plus gratuity. Man, these people tripping, man. They got me crawling all around the attic. Man, I'm tripping over Christmas decorations. Man, it's raccoon doo-doo up here. You ever smell raccoon doo-doo? It stink for real. We specialize in old people and dumbass hoes. AC is out of AC fluid. I need to recharge your liquid nitrogen receptors. Your ozone defibrillator is all up, man. It's messed up there, man. Your ozone, your ozone defibrillator, yeah. I can do it all, $5,000 plus gratuity. Man, it's a whole family of raccoons living in the attic. They got rabies and hepatitis, gingivitis. They got all of it. My business in HVAC. I ain't know I was a damn exterminator. Get your ass out of here, Rocky Raccoon. Man, I fell through the damn ceiling the other day. My insurance don't cover that. Man, what the? Man, I know you f***ing lying. And another thing, mini split Matt. He ain't never climbed through no goddamn raccoons. Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. You can't tell nobody about that mini split Mac. Man, them motherfuckers gonna put us out of business. If one more person say they going with mini split Mac, I'ma call the Better Business Bureau on their ass. I'ma just make some shit up. And I wanna complain about mini split Mac. It's not an American product, it's from Guatemala. And from what I heard, they selling drugs. Hey, trust me. Mini splits is a scam. I Googled it for like 5 or 6 minutes. I ain't gonna lie. This job was submitted by Mini Split Matt from Florida. Submit your job today at HireDeAndre.
HireDeAndre.com.
Oh my God. Okay.
I sent Duchess.
DeAndre does not seem to be as experienced as he claims. Ozone defibrillator. Whatever the fuck he said.
You need some air conditioner fluid in your
air conditioner fluid
in your defibrillator.
You know what? There are some really awful motherfuckers that take advantage of people. But and this weather too would be awful.
I know, it's terrible.
It's so hot. I feel so.
It's ridiculous. All right. I want to get the voicemails because we got 3 of them.
Oh, fabulous. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's do it.
Let's see. I'm very excited about this next one.
Okay.
It is, well, he'll tell you.
All right.
Hey, what's up? It's Budfucker. What do a gynecologist and a pizza delivery man have in common?
Duchess?
No.
Here we go.
They can both scrape some cheese off the top of the box for a quick snack.
Stop playing my... Oh.
Isn't Dean on vacation?
Well, yes.
Well, yeah, that's one thing I like about this man.
He is
even
dedicated.
on vacation, he's dedicated.
That's right.
Hey, peeps, it's All White Dean. Hope everybody's having a nice week. I know I am. I have a question. Where does a black Eskimo live?
Do you know where a black Eskimo lives?
No.
In a nigloo.
Fuck's sake. Oh my God. It's nice knowing you folks. Let's make it canceled.
And then we also always got half black Neil.
Hey fellas, it's that Black Neil.
Fellas.
What do you call a group of black people? An auction.
Oh my God. Stop. My laugh.
Oh. All right. I think that's it.
Hang on.
Go ahead.
Google says she wants to shout this out. Kerrville is an hour west of her and was devastated by floods last week. Consider donating. Google, throw that link in Discord if you can, or message it to me and I'll put it up.
Yeah, I forgot about you being in Texas. So you didn't get flooded? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you didn't get flooded. We can't afford to be losing listeners. We don't have that many.
It's nice that you think of the best of our listeners. You're like, oh, no,
Sure.
I don't want to lose one.
Exactly.
Because me, all about me.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I can't
Well,
lose a
I'm glad
listener.
you're okay. If you want, send me the link.
My mom used to listen to all my podcasts. She loved
Your
my podcast.
poor mother. She listened to this nonsense.
She listened to Brand X, and she loves. She used to crack up, and she would call me and she'd say, "My God!" But when she had cancer, I said, when she had cancer, and she says, and I said, "You can't die. I can't lose a listener." So she told the nurses to download my podcast because if something happens to her, I need more listeners.
Oh,
so I don't know.
Come on.
That was my mom. My mom was great.
Oh, she sounds
All
like
right.
she's
Well,
pretty
listen,
fucking awesome.
I just want to say, all our links are over at boomerbunker.com, links to the Discord. We have a great time in the Discord. You guys should hang out there. Come to our Discord. You know what a Discord is? Just get this app on your phone. It's Discord. Go to the App Store, whatever, and then go in, download the app, get our link, click the link. It'll take you right in there. Easy peasy. You'll be in there and you can hang out and we'll teach you Discord. So there you go. Oh, Trump tweets. You know what? I don't have a Trump tweet.
Oh,
shit. I forgot a Trump tweet.
Sparky will be mad.
Sparky's going to be mad unless I go back to the Trump tweet that I had.
I'm not reading that one. And plus, it's outdated.
It is outdated, but I got to get you to read something.
Well, how about we do podcast shoutouts? Since
we do podcast shoutouts, but I want to. There's a reason why. Okay. All right, I don't have a Trump tweet, but I want to do the Trump tweet that we have.
Oh,
the intro.
Okay.
The new intro, ladies and gentlemen. See what you think.
New intro. Okay.
Yep.
She's got the feed, she's got the bait. When you need a laugh or just to see, Kate's got the tweets, she's the key.
Oh my God.
Damn it.
God damn it. Sparky's already like, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I have my USA shirt on, so that works.
That's right. Hey, also, show them stickers while we're getting ready to do this.
I can. It's these
All right.
fantastic things right here.
Yeah,
you know
can
you
get
want one.
Yeah, you know you want one. You can get one very easily. Just send, go to one of our socials and go into the DM, like Twitter. Go to our Twitter DM and DM the Duchess, and then give us your name and address, and we'll send you a sticker.
That's right.
How about that? How easy is that? That's not even that hard.
Easy. No,
so
there's
easy.
no charge for these stickers.
Okay.
You know you want one, and if you stick them on something and you want to show it off, send me a picture, and we'll put it up on our social.
There you go.
It's just
we'll do that.
easy.
Love that.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some podcast shout outs.
Let's do that. All right. The Weathered View with Bruce, Jason, and Ken.
I know another guy that's been there every day for a long time. He loves, he's like a leech. He jumps on and sucks on there and you can't get rid of him. I have not been in the past. There's just so many people there. And there's too many people to talk. And it's tough. So I kind of stay away because not that I don't love the show. I love the show, but you just don't need another guy. You got Bruce, you got Ken, you've got Cody, you've got
Aaron.
You, now Tom's in there.
Well, what seems to work in the way of an order is you put your hand up to speak.
Aaron. Oh yeah, I saw you doing that the other day. That
seems
worked
to
out pretty well.
Cody does that a lot, and I was like, well, that's actually a good idea. And then Bob's in there too.
Bob's in there, but he never speaks. Well, Bob speaks once in a
does.
while.
He does. Well, he's working, so he doesn't always. And
I
but
know.
there's a lot of people that listen. Let's see who's listening. I see Josh from New Hampshire. He's there. Misanthrope Radio. He's there. World Blaze is there. So it's nice to see some of them.
It's a good show. It's a good morning show for about 35 to 45 minutes is what it is. It's it's nice.
It's something.
And then Aaron's there. I had to say with Aaron. He's another one. A randomaniac.
Yes. A Wheelbarrow Full of Dicks with Mike, Travis, and Drunk.
Did you listen to the end of the latest one?
I did not. What, the one from this week? Okay, I'll
Yep.
listen. I'm trying to catch up on stuff, but yeah.
Well, you know, when they used to go, when at the very end, when Mike reads out the shout outs.
Oh, no, I did hear that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you decided to suck up and finally join?
I gave him $1. Hey, listen, I'll give him $1 a month. Yeah. It's not that hard to do.
I did shout you out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure if you were talking about anything else, but yeah, that I heard.
The Old Man podcast with Tom. Now, again, I've been trying to get over there to watch it live, but I haven't had a chance to.
Every Monday.
And I see him on Twitter all the time in there, raging with the rest of us boomers. So it's a pretty good show. I enjoy it.
I don't know if I've seen him in the spaces
Twitter
with Bruce. Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that, but I mean, you know, you know who I see? Like I'll be sitting there and a tweet will come up, and I'm like, why am I seeing this person? And then I look under, and there's a comment. It's Bud Vugger. He's in there mixing it up with people over there on Twitter.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shitty song of the week with Red and Jody. Right now, Red is still away for work, and then I believe he'll be going on some vacay, and then they'll be back. So Jody's been filling it in with Brandon, and been doing some episodes of things here and there.
For Patreon, though. Only
For the Patreon members. So I was on their show on Tuesday night. Which was a lot of fun. So definitely a good time. We did a movie watch along. And the movie, I don't want to spoil it, so I don't want to.
Well, you should tell them the name of the movie.
I'll tell them the name of the movie, and you'll have to watch it yourselves. It's called Killer Donuts. And it was
Jody asked me to do it. I'm like, I don't like horror films.
Trust me, it was not scary.
It was not a horror film?
It was phenomenal. And we watched it in the style of like Mystery Science Theater 3000. So it was just like running commentary through the whole thing, which is like my forte. So it was a blast. So I believe you can watch it probably on YouTube. Highly recommend it.
Okay. The TNA podcast with Jason and Sam. Are they getting close to 100 episodes?
Yes, in fact, they just released 97 today, and I had listened to that. And they are looking for their listeners and people who've like joined the show to send in some content like that they're going to play on their 100th. So all the deets are on their in their Facebook group and they just put an Insta story up. So or on their Insta feed somewhere, so you can follow that. So, but the link's in our bio, or in the show notes, so you can click on it and get all the details. And they're a lot of fun, filthy fun.
Yes.
All right, shooting the shiznit with BT.
And then I shake my head with Lisa and Sam. They're on vacation this week.
They are. I saw
some lake in I don't know, Saskatchewan. Right, Canuckistan. And they're burnt. They're like they want to get chocolate brown. Well, now they're lobster red. So I hope they're okay.
Gotta watch that sun, ladies. And I think Lisa had a birthday last week.
Yes.
So
yeah. I forget what she turned. How old she
turned fabulous. So
that's it. That's what the old ladies say now. Well, what'd you turn?
I turned fabulous. Shut your pie hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Misanthrope Radio 2.0 with Lorenzo.
This guy's an up and comer. He's an up and comer. Listen, you know me. I don't give out compliments easily, and he's only got like 5 or 6 episodes, and they're good. That's a good show. That's a good, easy listen. He's fun to listen. At first I didn't like that music, but now I don't even hear it anymore in the background.
I don't mind it. It kind of it works. Like it makes sense. It flows with it. So
yeah, his last episode was a banger. I liked it a lot.
Well, one popped up today.
Oh, one today?
Yeah.
Maybe I did listen to it today. Was it the one where what was the topics?
I'm trying to remember the title. I can't remember the title.
I can't remember the title either. I had it.
I know the topics, but I don't want to spoil it out. It was a 2-parter. The second part was a TED Talk.
Yeah, that's it. I watched the TED Talk. Yes.
I was like, oh,
why?
no.
Why don't you want to? If you give them just the what's part of the episode, you're promoting it. You're not spoiling it.
No.
If you went and told them what everything was, that's one thing. Yeah, he does a TED Talk at the end. It's fucking hysterical.
It is.
Go check it out.
Yeah, I recommend them.
The Brand X podcast with Deuce, Joe, and John Domingo. We were supposed to record this tomorrow, but we're not because, I'm losing my leg. So as soon as I figure out what's going on with this and get straightened out, we'll get back on track with that.
Are you I know you've been busy this week, but will you be releasing any of the old one, like
Yes.
the vintage episodes? Will you
Yeah,
be
this
dropping
weekend
those?
I'll get back. You know what I should do? The problem is, I do like 4 or 5 at a time, and I set them up there, and then I forget when they run out, and I'm like, oh shit, I got to go in there and get some more.
They've run
I should
out.
stay on. I should do like 3 or I should do 1. I should do 4 a week, and then I would have them all straight. You know, they'd be so far ahead I could never miss it, but I didn't.
You've also had like some medical things. It's not like you've been just lounging about and forgot about it, but they are.
Right.
You are definitely. We're caught up on the retro, the vintage episodes. So.
Yeah, I know. I got to get on that. I will. I promise.
All righty. My turn. The Who's Right podcast with Doug and Anthony.
Do you still listen?
I do.
Okay. You listen to the bonuses?
I missed last night's bonus, but I listened to last night's show
Okay.
while I was doing other things. So it's just
Gotcha. Just checking.
I can only listen to so much at a time.
No, just wondering. Just wondering if they're your favorite.
No,
The
you're my
natural
favorite. Don't be all wah wah.
No, I mean one of your favorite podcasts.
It's a podcast I enjoy listening to.
Okay. The Naturals podcast with Uncle Kyle and Sweet Derek. These fucking guys crack me up. These millennials, I don't know. They tickle my funny bone. They might not be for everybody my age or whatever, but these guys crack me up.
Gotcha.
So
I
give
have
them
not listened to them yet.
The guy Kyle I think maybe the problem is Kyle reminds me of me when I was his age. He's a union electrician, and he's stupid, and just it's funny. So, and they're out of Las Vegas, and they crack me up.
Sin City. All right.
Yep.
I forget because every once in a while, sometimes I'm actually caught up on a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, what do I listen to? So I actually have to remember to go back and check these boys out.
Mm-hmm.
Am I canceled with Edward? Please tell me what's going on with Edward.
I don't know. He's MIA. Nobody's
Edward, come back.
I don't know what he's doing.
My Fridays
maybe
are
he's
lonely
done.
without Eric. Oh my God, without Edward.
2 hours and 45.
No, don't use that one.
2 hours and
No.
45 seconds. Pull that one.
No, definitely don't pull it. Deadward, yes.
Yeah, I don't know what's going. Deadward. I don't know what he's doing. I know there's a certain person in our Discord that basically ruined the man. I don't know what she did to him, but
Well, not for nothing. It takes two, and I'm sure Edward had his own issues that just
she spun a web of charm over him, and then something happened, and she snapped out.
Wow.
Whatever.
Edward, I love you. Grow a pair. Move on. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Get back to podcasting.
Let's get back to podcasting.
Get back in the game. All right.
What are you doing
What are you doing?
with your dumb self?
Yes.
My turn.
Yes.
The Fine Whining with Mike and Jerry. Did they put out? I haven't seen them put a podcast out. I've done 2. I've recorded 2 with them. Neither one of them are out. They shouldn't require that much editing. I don't even know if they recorded this week.
Oh, let's see here. Cody says, John, come back to the show, please. I always enjoy when you're there.
Oh, you mean the morning show?
Yes. So you are missed.
Oh, well, thank you.
There you go.
I appreciate
Sorry,
that.
Cody. And the last podcast is World of Blaze with George Fonts.
I like that show too. It's a good show.
I like him. He's very eloquent, and I enjoy his takes. I don't agree with all of them, but I like listening to him.
Sometimes you don't have to agree with somebody. Sometimes, there's like I said, there's that one show that I can't stand.
But you hate.
I can't stand the girl. I hate her. And all my friends that are podcasters love her, and I can't stand her.
The Pixie?
No. No. The name of the show is Am I Wrong? And it's supposed to be a moderate, someone on the left and someone on the right, but they're all basically left-leaning.
Are they?
More-
Is that the one where like one's a professor? Are those those really dull people we did once? We listened to.
No. This show, it's the one guy does they all do different podcasts. She does the Congressional Dish podcast. And I used to love that because she would read the bills. And then Trump was elected and it wigged her out. It snapped her. And she hasn't been back since.
God, people nut up. Stop.
All right. And then the other thing is that she thinks that the climate's changing because we're burning fossil fuel. And I can't get by that. I'm sorry. I can't respect that. And then the other guy does politics. And I like him. And the other guy is some kind of uptight comedian, and he has a podcast. And
shocking. Everybody has a podcast now.
Everybody is. But the three of them got together and did this one show. And as soon as she starts talking, I start cursing. Because I love to hate what she says. So I'm just saying, you don't always have to agree with somebody to enjoy somebody's podcast. Sometimes a good old hate listen works. And the podcast, I'll give him a shout out. The podcast is called We're Not Wrong Unless Jen's Talking. Then you're wrong.
We're not wrong.
We're not wrong
here. Yeah, I got it.
All right. We will be back Monday.
We may have some interesting scheduling the following week, but John, I'll talk to you about that before.
Okay. So next week we're Monday, Thursday?
Yes.
Here's the deal. Subscribe to our podcast and subscribe to our, whether you watch us on here. And it pops up. And on our social media, Kate does a great job of letting everybody know what nights we're on. We're usually here Mondays, and then it's a toss-up whether it's Wednesday or Thursday. I know. It's a pain in the ass, but what are you going to do? We give you, y'all need some best of episodes. No, because you can always go back and listen to them. And then we do topics that are just they're not really evergreen.
There's been a couple of times we've pulled a few.
Right.
And actually a lot of them have come from when you and I are testing.
Yeah.
And what my favorite one is that with that old lady on the porch. Dusty old nips.
Oh, dusty old nips. And then the other one was Serpico. the Planet Serpico was
I think my favorite.
That was a good segment.
That was fantastic.
But, I mean,
yeah.
This podcast is barely best of when it's out. Best of later.
Every episode's best. What was the other one? I think this was definitely one when we were practicing. It was we were talking about the drawer of shame.
Oh, the drawer of shame. Yeah, that was a good one too.
Now,
and then
see,
Meat
if
Lump.
Meat Lump, if you follow us on social, you can go back and look at our Instas.
And you'll
it's all
see
there. Yeah. And
every
if you
once
have
in a
a
while.
tickety talk, John throws something up
Every
once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at social media. Although, from what I understand, Vera will give me a social media schedule and keep me on top of things. So we'll see. If they cut off your leg, it will be a cut above or no. I don't know. Maybe it'll be all the way up to the hip. Who knows?
Oh, no.
This thing could kill me. I got to tell you something. When you're my age, you start thinking, is this it? Is this really it? Could this be it? Could this be the thing that takes me out? I see people that are, dying. Sometimes it takes a piece of them at a time. And I'm like, this would be my luck. My father, he went with a wheeze and a thud. That was it. He was here and he wasn't, And me, I'm going to be dropping off piece by piece. I don't know. Hopefully this is going to happen.
Hoping that doesn't happen.
But, you never know. Because I told you, I just got my driver's license renewed. And then 4 years from now, it'll be 2029. And I'm like, I wonder if I'll be around to renew my driver's license.
Oh, my God.
You got to think about it when you're my age. How much longer are you going to be here?
Tom was helpful here.
Sparky Toaster, could be that they cut the leg off at his neck.
Tom.
Mistakes happen. That's why doctors have malpractice insurance. Yeah, thank God the doctors are covered.
But Deuce says, can you make one of them college dorm leg lamps with it?
Oh.
Spice up the background.
Hey, Doc,
like the
do me a
sexy
favor.
leg lamp from...
Save that lamp. I want to have it taxidermied. And I want to make a lamp out of it for my podcast studio.
You could wrap it like Let's Go Brandon, and then have Trump sign it.
Maybe I could do that. Hey Trump, will you sign my gimp leg, my cut off leg,
sign my dead,
my
piece
gangrene
of flesh.
leg?
That's
all right.
charming.
All right, everybody. We will be back Monday. Have yourself a good weekend, and thank you for hanging out with us.
Thank you
and if
so
you're
much.
listening
We
to this
appreciate everything.
as an audio podcast, thank you for that too. All right, say goodbye, Duchess.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Boomer Bunker. We'd love for you to become a bunker dweller and join us live. Catch our live streams every Monday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Rumble, and X. If you've just found us, Be sure to follow or subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast apps so you never miss a new episode. And hey, while you're there, do us a solid. Share the show, tell a friend, and leave a review. It really helps. We'd love to hear from you. For show updates, shenanigans, and general tomfoolery, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and Rumble. All the links are in the show notes, or simply visit boomerbunker.com. Got something to say? Please shoot us an email at theboomerbunker@gmail.com or leave a voicemail at 856-477-1935.